Hey guys, welcome to the totally new, brand new first inaugural episode of the newly named, say it with me, Comic Con-versation. I'm here with my great friend from so many things. You might know him from Warden Cosplay.
Yep.
You can find Warden Cosplay on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
My
Hashtag
friend,
shameless plug.
my friend Andy Randolph. How you doing today?
Dude, I'm so good. I'm so good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Feeling jazzed up and ready to conversate about comics?
Yes, let us conversate about the comics.
Well, I want you to conversate about one particular subject.
What are we talking about?
Because although some of you may have known, some of you might not know, there's a big event last week.
What?
Or this past weekend. I don't. It was. I think it was Jack and Irma's Bake Off in Saskatchewan.
I was actually at a smaller event called New York Comic Con, so I missed that. But that sounds awesome.
They were great muffins.
I wish I had muffins.
Were on point.
The security guards at the Marvel booth had muffins, and I offered them $20 for a muffin.
Were they budget?
No.
They must have been the muffins.
Yeah,
from the bake sale in Saskatchewan.
Man.
So now
Jerks.
you cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
You're a event attender extraordinaire.
Yes.
Let's take a glimpse through your eyes of what it's like to be at a place like New York Comic Con. What was the vibe of the room?
So Friday was kind of just all about hitting the floor for me. I wanted to see as much of the room as possible.
Of what you saw on the floor just in that first day, was there anything that caught your eye and said, need to spend more time here, or something that you just immediately was like, I'm spending some time here?
The Marvel booth, definitely. My friend Rachel is friends with some of the people there, and so I got to meet like Clark Gregg and stuff, and Jeff Loeb. That was super cool. And Marvel's just killing it right now, so hanging out there was neat. The guys at the Valiant booth were super cool to talk to about comics. Just hanging out with them, talking with them a little bit. They recommended some things for me, which I picked up. I'm going to start reading Archer and Armstrong. I was dressed as Opie from Sons of Anarchy. So, heading over to the Sons booth, I was worshipped as a god there by the Sons of Anarchy peasants. That sounded really douchey.
No.
But it was great. I took a ton of pictures with people. People really liked my costume there. Obviously, it's from the show, so that was neat.
Did you go to any panels?
I did not go to any panels through all of New York Comic Con.
I can imagine it would be hard to go to a panel at New York
Comic Con. The lines are in... My friends waited 6 hours in line for the Daredevil, Jessica Jones panel.
That would have been cool.
And so, I would have loved to have gone to that panel, but I wasn't willing to wait 6 hours in line when there were other stuff that I could be doing and experiencing. Saturday was autograph day. I'm a huge autograph hound. I go to cons for cosplay and for autographs. So did that. I got to meet Felicia Day, she is the most wonderful human being on the planet.
You mentioned this earlier in kind of passing. It's I met this guy. Also Felicia Day. I'm sure it was a brief kind of conversation, brief moment. Tell me a little bit more about your interaction with Felicia Day.
She was great. She spent, not a ton of time, but she spent time talking to each person in her line. And so that makes the line go slower, but I don't care because that means you're going to get the same amount of time with her. So that was just really cool. She's really personable. Her book is hilarious. I bought her book and had her sign it. Yeah. Felicia Day is a delight, though. And,
I can imagine.
I don't have enough good things to say about her. It was great meeting her. Saturday I was just like Star-Lord. My friend was Kitty Pryde, and we were just adorable together. We were just going around. I kept proposing to her, which was great. My family thinks I'm secretly dating her, too. So the fact that I spent an entire day proposing to her probably isn't going to help that rumor.
Right.
But, Sarah, I'm sorry. It's not working out. But,
sorry, Kitty.
But it's great cosplaying with her. Sunday, I did Shia LaBeouf. And that went over way better than I thought it would. I didn't think anyone was... I thought some people would get a kick out of it, and I'd yell at them some. But every time I went into my just do it bit, there was 30, 40 people around me filming, taking pictures. One guy asked me to like make a video to his son. So I yelled at his son Steve to focus on his studies more.
Steve's
and just
gotta hit
just
the books
do
a
it,
little
Steve.
bit.
Hit the books, son.
Get on that,
Stop
Steve.
watching this YouTube video.
Yeah.
I already yelled at you once. They brought out the Defenders on stage and it wasn't planned. You could tell that it wasn't planned.
Yeah.
Like they were just like, I think it was Jeff. Jeff Loeb was just like, grab Matt. Come on, get him out here. Not Matt. His name's not Matt. Grab Charlie Cox.
Charlie Cox.
They were like, grab Charlie Cox, and they grabbed the girl playing Jessica Jones and the guy playing Luke Cage. They grabbed the cast of them. And they're like, grab them out, bring them out on stage, and everyone was just like, what? Like as they came out, they were like, what?
Yeah.
And then he's like, this is the closest to the Defenders you're gonna get for a long time. And then he sent them off stage again, and it was just like, everyone went nuts for that.
I think what's going to be very telling is how Jessica Jones goes over, because
Jessica Jones is gonna go dark.
it seems that way. All the trailers and all the reports are that it's going to go dark. But a couple months ago, Brian Bendis, who created Jessica Jones, the writer of Alias, came out and said, "I have nothing to do with this project. This is I'm working on Powers season 2. He's got his hands full. They're doing Jessica Jones right."
Nice.
He's like, you guys are going to be so excited to see this because they are doing it well, which is very high praise from a creator who has no stake in it.
My friends who got to the panel, they got to watch the first episode. I'm so excited. It's going to be, I think it's going to be dark and scary, but
it introduces
it's gonna be
actual powers, superpowers to that Hell's Kitchen world.
Yeah,
and I think that'll be interesting to see how they do that. To see, how they build up Luke Cage, and then how they eventually build up Danny Rand.
I love Luke Cage, and I fell in love with him during Civil War.
Oh yeah,
and he really hasn't had a proper spotlight. So I'm super stoked that he's going to be on the Jessica Jones show. And Jessica Jones is just such an important character. The stuff that she's been through, and having that strong female kick-butt superhero with powers.
And I think what you said is important, that this is, having a female-driven show like this, this is the first time Marvel has done something
completely female-led.
I mean, you can count Elektra if you want, but that we cannot count Elektra for a lot of different reasons.
Let's not count that.
But this is something where the title is a female name.
Yeah, getting
it
before the Black Widow movie.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
we'll get that someday.
But
maybe
this is
someday.
Huge. Like this is a big deal. This is something that DC hasn't really even done. I mean,
and it's something that the fans want.
Yeah.
The fans want a female-led show. I want a strong kick-butt female superhero, and I think we're going to get it in spades on Netflix, because Netflix doesn't do bad shows.
No.
I've yet to be disappointed by a Netflix show.
This is like the first kind of coming out for John Barenthal.
Yeah.
Was there a huge buzz around him?
Everything I heard about that was that, one, he takes the role super seriously. That, he's just really intense about it. He loves his fans. He sought out the role. He petitioned for the role before they even announced the Punisher was going to be in it. And so he cares about the character, cares about his fans, he's excited about the part. And I mean, it's perfect casting.
Yeah.
As soon as he was announced, I was like, that is the perfect Frank Castle.
The problem I have with a lot of the fandom surrounding the Marvel television experience is that they think that everything needs to be jettisoned completely into movies.
Yeah.
Chloe Bennett needs to be in the movies. All these people need to be in the movies. They're great at what they're doing. They're great in the television series. They're great in those roles. You need to be an amazing personality to carry a film. And John Barenthal, Charlie Cox is great. Kristen Ritter, clearly she can do movies. We know this. But I think he is one guy that they could jettison him into a film and have a standalone Punisher movie, and it could really hold its own.
Having a Punisher Spider-Man cameo, I think would be amazing. The relationship in the comics is hilarious. They hate each other, so I think that would be really cool. Or having, if they ever did a Defenders or a Marvel Knights movie,
Yes.
Having like Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, like having that team up could be really, really cool. I don't need it to happen.
No.
The shows are so good, but at least mentioning these characters in the movies would be really neat.
From outside looking in, there was a lot of buzz around the Lexcorp viral marketing campaign. Was there a lot at the event that people were talking about, or was it more?
Everyone was. Thank God for Lex Luthor. He's got my vote in 2016. Lex for president. Just the free Wi-Fi by Luthor Corp was a really clever marketing idea, and it held up. It was good Wi-Fi. It held up. Way to go!
I was wondering that when I heard. I was like, well, it's Wi-Fi, but I mean, it's Wi-Fi still, isn't it?
The first day, I heard people talking about it, and they were like, Lex Luthor Wi-Fi, this is going to blow. Like, this is going to hold up. It's going to crash immediately. And by Sunday, everyone was just like, I'm ready to get Lexcorp tattooed on my back. Like, I'm voting Lex for president.
That's genius. That is so cool that worked out. Yeah, good stuff. I'm glad that resonated as well at the con as it did elsewhere. Because it was getting a lot of buzz here at home.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people were talking about the different stories.
It was awesome.
And so, speaking of the Lex Luthor piece, I believe it was Variety did a whole story on Lex Luthor, kind of like a profile, kind of, still the viral marketing campaign, but very interesting. And a particular company was mentioned.
Oh, really?
Cord Industries. Cord. You're the guy who's going to tell me what I need to know about this.
Okay. So, and I know you watch Arrow, and Cord Industries has been mentioned numerous times on Arrow. There have been 3 Blue Beetles.
Okay.
The first one, no one cares about. I think he was like Golden Age. He doesn't matter.
It sounds like a Golden Age character. It sounds like color, animal, go.
Yep. That was the 40s and 50s of comics. So then the second one is Ted Cord, and he was a phenomenal athlete, inventor type guy, kind of a brawler. He has a gun, which he's kind of like I don't want to say anti-gadgets. He's not like Batman with a utility belt where he's got a gadget for everything. He's got his gun, which can like shoot air, and I think it might grapple, like grappling hook type thing. And he uses that to kind of get the drop on people. So knock them over with a gust, run up, and then beat them down with his fists. And he is the CEO of Cord Industries, like all superheroes without powers. He has a company.
Right. Startups, it's very trendy.
And he's a technology mogul type guy. He's not broody like Batman or Green Arrow. Sometimes is written really dark. He's always kind of been lighthearted. He just enjoys the fact that he's a superhero and he has a good time with it. And he is best friends with Booster Gold.
Okay.
Booster Gold is he's a douche. That's like the best way to put it.
Got it.
He's like really full of himself. He was like a janitor or something in the future, and he was like cleaning the museum. And he's so far in the future that time travel is antiquated. And he's just like, I'm going to steal this old rinky-dink time machine because no one's using it anymore.
Okay.
And his whole idea was, I'll go back to, our modern day, be a superhero, and everyone will love me, and I'll be famous. And like that was his goal. Was I'm going to time travel to make myself a superhero so people will love me. And he does, and most people are just like, he's in it for the fame. He's in it for the attention. They just become best friends, and it's this buddy cop duo of 2 guys that just love being superheroes. And Booster's always up to his antics to try and get more fame, more recognition, and Ted Cord's kind of the conscience of the thing. But at the same time, they're not like the buddy cop duo where they hate each other or something. They are friends and they do get along, and it's a dynamic we really haven't seen in the movies. Like, we've never had Batman and Robin on screen together really getting along in a good movie. The team-up movies have, for the most part, been kind of broody or grumpy. Like Xavier and Magneto hate each other.
Right.
Wolverine and Scott hate each other. Tony and Cap hate each other. So Booster Gold, Blue Beetle movie where it's just like two bros having a beer, like, what are we gonna do? I don't know. Go fight some crime, yeah, let's go. Like, I'm all about that. I'll watch that movie any day.
So now that all being said, I mean, I don't know how, I know that they've expressed interest in the movie. I don't know that it's fully been announced as coming to the universe. Do you think that a movie like this can fit into the you know, I don't want to say rigid, but the more structured DC extended universe that they're trying to build up?
It's a dark universe. It's a really intense, kind of dark universe. I mean, the Suicide Squad cast are a bunch of hooligans, and watching them at press conferences and stuff, it's hilarious. So there might be some humor in that movie, but at the same time, it's a bunch of people with bombs in their heads working for the government. If they disobey an order, they get blowed up. So how lighthearted can that really be?
Right.
So I think a movie with a little bit more heart and a little bit levity to it could really brighten things up for DC.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the DC movies. I mean, like, I love Marvel, don't get me wrong. But, like, Jason Momoa as Aquaman is going to be phenomenal.
So good.
And I think Ben Affleck as Batman is going to kick butt.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about everything that's coming out right now. It is such a good time to be a nerd.
Yeah.
DC's killing it on their TV shows. And I'm excited for their movie universe to really get going.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the best thing for any industry, whether you're talking about products, services, anything, is competition.
Yeah.
And if DC is good, it's only going to make Marvel better,
Exactly.
and they're gonna feud for years, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best thing that could happen for it. Every studio seems to have their new movie that they're trying out, and it's going to be really exciting to see.
Did you see Fantastic Four?
I didn't. Did you?
I wanted to. I love Michael B. Jordan, and I was
love
like,
Michael B. Jordan, and
that entire cast was good.
Yeah.
I don't get why they're like, we need to keep the rights, but we're going to put out a garbage movie.
Yeah, it just doesn't...
Like, make a good movie or let go of the rights.
Because from what I've heard, or what I've read, is that I don't know what Marvel, on the grand scheme, wants for it, but I've heard especially Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn say, I could care less about the Fantastic Four. I want Annihilus. I want the cosmic villains.
The villains, yeah.
I want
the Skrulls.
The Skrulls.
The Skrulls are Fantastic Four.
I think Galactus falls in.
Yeah, Galactus is also
a
Fantastic Four. If you think about it, though, once they do Thanos, there's nothing for them to fight. Thanos is the ultimate bad guy. They've been building him this whole time. The only bad guy in the Marvel Universe more scary than Thanos, more, oh no, we're screwed when he shows up, is Galactus.
Yeah.
And so if they want to keep these movies going after Infinity War, which I'm assuming Marvel...
I would think they have some stake in it, yeah.
Yeah, wants to keep these going.
I would think Disney has a lot of stake in it.
Having the Fantastic Four show up and bringing in Galactus would be pretty dope.
It would be pretty cool. It would be pretty cool. I worry about... You know, it works over a 12-issue arc of these huge egos battling it out in when, you know, the world is ending.
Yeah.
I worry about what it'll do in a 2.5-hour movie.
Yeah,
but
how do you have enough screen time to highlight everyone is going to be rough?
We were worried about it with Avengers, and they pulled it off. But if you're throwing Reed Richards in there, who you have to associate with a whole nother team.
If you're throwing in the Fantastic Four, the Defenders, the Avengers, and the X-Men into one movie,
which is my hesitation,
which is the dream.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's the dream.
I would sit for a 6-hour movie. I would go to a movie, have intermission, come back if they do it well. But unfortunately, I am a minority of the consumers they're trying to reach. They're trying to make something for everyone, and unfortunately, when you do that, you tend to make something for nobody.
And then these are kids' movies.
Of course.
So are you going to have a kid sit through a 6-hour movie?
Course.
Probably not.
Yeah. one of the cool things we're going to do here on the Comic Conversation is, we were talking earlier, there's comics out there that I have no idea if they're good.
Sure.
Or what they're even about or anything.
Yeah.
And so my goal is to every now and then pick out a couple and see what they're all about and talk to you guys about them. Tell you to buy them too if they're good. But for what I've got here is I've got a lettered dice and I've got a numbered dice. And we're going to go to our local comic book shop, Brave New World's a great shop here in the Philadelphia area in Center City and Willow Grove.
I've been going there since I was 12.
It's a beautiful shop. Beautiful, clean, neat, organized. And the cool thing is that the comics are alphabetized by title, which makes this little exercise perfect.
Also, great gaming. If you want to go somewhere to play games, they have tournaments and stuff. Look them up.
Yeah. You can see this guy.
Yeah.
You can see this guy there.
Come play HeroClix
all the time. All the time. So, we're gonna. Would you like to do the honors?
Are you leaving it up to chance?
We're gonna do the honors. I'm gonna get a little bit of a slow motion video in here.
Alright, you tell me when you're ready. Are you ready? Are we ready?
We're ready.
All right.
N6.
N6.
I have no idea what
Winning
that could
lotto
be.
numbers. N6.
But we're gonna see. I'm gonna check out the comic book shop.
Like end titles.
Ninjak would be one.
Nightwing. Is Nighthawk a thing? That sounds like a thing.
It sounds like it would be a thing. But we'll see. We'll see, and we'll bring it to you. Ron Palmieri from CoolToMeDammit.com. We didn't mention CoolToMeDammit.com.
No, we didn't. That's kind of
Check out CoolToMeDammit.com. I might sub this into the top of the show. We forgot to mention CoolToMeDammit.com. Check that out. It's producing this show. We've got Andy Randolph.
Warden Cosplay.
Cosplay.
Check me out.
What is our cool sign off? We don't have. We just got a name, so how do you cool sign off? Let's brainstorm here a little bit.
May the force be with you.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Can we not use something that's been used before?
I guess we can.
Avengers Disassemble?
We can
Disassemble?
We can change it up every time.
Yeah, we can. We could. I mean, it's really your decision.
May the force be with your Avengers. We'll see you guys next time. Finger pistols. Finger pistols. Finger pistols to the close! Pew! Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel to get more just like it. Check out our website, CoolToMeDammit.com, and like our Facebook page. Also, follow me on Twitter @RonOfTheMill.